On January 1st of 2017, I was 128 pounds, 2 to the 7th. It's currently January 24th of 2020 and I am 256 pounds, 2 to the 8th. I've accomplished my first intentional doubling of mass. At the beginning of 2017, I got on the medication that allowed me to finally treat my neuropeptide Y deficiency. At the time, I was having suicidal visions 2 to 5 times a week and suicidal ideation 3 to 7 times a week. I was in pain the majority of the time, and most formats of stimulus caused me additional pain. I was averaging 0 to 2 hours of sleep per night. I felt largely unable to accomplish basic tasks and was incapable of starting or maintaining good habits. I had set the intention that if I was unable to improve my life by March 15th of 2017, I was going to choose to end things. Living was too much pain with minimal ability to make the world a better place. Neuropeptide Y is a chemical that animals use in order to regulate all kinds of behavior, including the desire to live, management of pain, and stimulation of hunger. Every day, I felt my body continuously tearing away at itself, doing everything it could to break down and not exist. My emotions plagued me with messages to end it. I couldn't justify my right to continue existing. I had emotional breakdowns often enough that it would be irresponsible to take on any commitments. For my whole life, I was constantly in loops of shame about not being a functional, complete person. I didn't know what was causing me challenges for most of my life. I just thought that it was a matter of not trying hard enough to eat, not trying hard enough to clean, not trying hard enough to anything. At a subconscious level, part of me had always been aware. At first, this expressed through an aesthetic leaning towards fat admiration. I think it may just be base level biology, where my genetics informed me the system needed to eat and maintain enough body to function is broken in you. Connect with someone who is strong in those traits so that if you generate offspring, they can be saved from this misery that permeates your life. I came to clarity that what I want for others, I want for myself. And what I want for myself, I want for others. I want to mutually grow with people who are passionate about growing. Through my challenges, I gained an appreciation of the perspective that abundance is a right for all who want it. When I started transitioning, I knew I wanted to grow, but my biology did not comply. During the last 3 years, I've been increasing in functionality as I've gained weight, and I'm incredibly grateful for the improvements that I've witnessed in my life. I finally got the energy to jump through hoops for my legal name and gender change. I updated everything from my real ID to my social security to my credit cards. I finally went through the medical system and got both phases of my vaginoplasty surgery completed. I could finally start cultivating habits. For the first time in my life, the dishes have been clean every day in my home for over 5 months straight. Basic responsibilities had been impossible because of the instability of my physical and mental health. But now they can finally be executed consistently. I was finally able to go outside of my comfort zones. connecting with new communities, and cultivating nourishing relationships. I've learned from futurists, fetus, and fat liberation activists about how to build a more thoughtful, beautiful, and just world. I was able to accomplish Inktober for the first time, improving my skill as an artist. I wrote the novel Fulfillment, which I'm eager to share with my next round of readers shortly. I was invited to speak publicly, and I accepted. On this Reclaiming MLK Day rally, I spoke to a crowd of thousands of activists about disability justice. All of these things are deeply integrated with my experience of growth. When I was less of myself, there simply wasn't enough me to accomplish the tasks that are meaningful. There wasn't enough energy, enough confidence, or enough desire to live. For the first time in my life, I'm loving my experience of physical embodiment. Every ounce of additional flesh feels so heavenly. When I hug people, I have more to support with and more to experience with. When I bump into something, I feel fine, and I'm no longer plagued by arbitrarily large amounts of pain for no bloody reason. In my movement, I feel the way that my flesh interacts with time, the fluid dynamics of having more mass educating me on how my body connects with space time itself. I'm twice the woman I used to be, and eager to be so much more. Although I still have my challenges, my average is happy now. Instead of emotional breakdowns just happening regularly, they don't happen until I experience something challenging. Feeling broken is no longer my default. I'm grateful to all the people who have supported me and continue to support me. The people who were there for me when I needed to set up Suicide Watch. The people who supported me through rides and food. The people who helped me with my transition. The people who have cared for me when I could not care for myself. Thank you for helping me survive long enough to embrace abundance in my life. This was my first intentional doubling of mass. It's time to start my next.